Welcome to another flight review, and in today's video I'll be flying aboard a Bonza 737 MAX 8 from all the way here in the smack bang centre of Australia, that is Alice Springs, down to Melbourne in economy class. Now before we start things, I would like to mention that Bonza did invite me on this flight, and also a flight from Melbourne to Alice Springs as well. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity, but I will be trying to keep this as honest as possible. So first and foremost, there is only one terminal here at Alice Springs, and it is a small one, but that is to be expected because there isn't much action here at Alice Springs. And yeah, this is the Bonza check-in, which is located just next to the Qantas one. And unlike Melbourne, Bonza requires you to go up to a staff member and check in, or you can check in online a week before your flight. Overall, the staff at check-in were friendly, and yeah, it was just a nice and cruisy experience. Security is quiet for obvious reasons, and yeah, I almost lost my boarding pass by leaving it in the plastic tray. And it's funny because I almost lost another Bonza boarding pass at Sunshine Coast Airport as well, whilst returning back to Melbourne. So yeah, I've got a pretty good history with boarding passes in Bonza. Anyway, because Alice Springs Airport is small, there isn't a great deal of stuff here, and there's one main restaurant cafe thing where we had some dinner before boarding the plane, and FYI, the food here took forever. Now, is it just me, or does this area look like a high school? Anyway, that purple one is our plane, which I'll go into further detail about very soon. Just a last minute bite before boarding the plane, which today boarding was called 5 minutes late at 5:55 PM.
Thank you so much.
This evening we're flying on VH-UJT, nicknamed Shazza. It is a 4-year-old Boeing 737-8 MAX, formerly delivered to Lot Polish, but they had to cancel the order due to COVID, and Bonza picked this plane up in mid-2022 and completed its maiden flight for Bonza in February of 2023.
Thank you very much. How are you doing? Welcome back to Panda.
Thank you.
I looked.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Maybe
that's
later.
alright.
Yeah.
It's my cat's toy anyway, it's fine.
How you doing, mate? Good. How you doing? Well.
Welcome aboard Shazza, and in total there are 186 Recaro BL3710 Simline seats, with 31 rows in total. And this is my seat for today, 18F. The seat features on this aircraft are pretty basic. Legroom is 29 inches, which is standard across low-cost carriers, and the tray table is rather small but sturdy. In the literature pocket there is a safety information card and an air sickness bag. You've also got a USB port and 2 coat hooks, and there's a universal power socket which is free of charge, and there's also a smaller pocket at the bottom of the seat, and oh, the seat recline is kinda generous for a low-cost carrier. One thing I love about Bonza is how much they really represent their purple brand.
I spent a flying time of 2 hours and 10 minutes. My name is Bridget. It's my pleasure to be your cabin supervisor. All customers are now on board, and shortly I'll be closing the forward door. Please place your larger bags in the overhead lockers and smaller bags under the seat in front of you. If you are seated in an exo row, all belongings need to be put in the overhead lockers for takeoff and landing. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking and use of electronic cigarettes are not permitted at any time. If you haven't already, make sure you download the Bonza app to order food and drinks directly to your seat. You also find and fun entertainment on the app. Our team of crew are here to make sure your flight is as awesome as possible. If you need any help, just ask. Thank you once again for your support. It is my pleasure to introduce the cabin crew legends flying you through to Melbourne this evening. Your pilots are Captain Travis Klashenko and First Officer Joel Chen. Your crew in the cabin, we have Eve up the front, Jess in the middle, and Tom down the back. And once again, my name is Bridget. Release, please lift the metal buckle. Your seatbelt must be securely fastened whenever you are seated. Directed by your crew, and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. Your crew Once the seatbelt sign is turned off, you're welcome to use your large electronic devices and the charging ports. All transmitting devices, including smartwatches, are terminated in flight mode. We do recommend that while seated, keep your seatbelt securely fastened. You can purchase food and drink from our Aussie menu via the Fly Bonza app, and the crew will deliver it to your seat. Our crew will be in the cabin soon if you need any help. We accept card only. Just you place your own card details into the app so we can get your food and drinks to you as promptly as possible. On this aircraft, we have 3 toilets, one at the front and 2 at the back of the aircraft. If the team or I can do anything to make your flight more Bonza, please don't hesitate to ask. For now, please sit back, chill out, and enjoy your flight to Melbourne.
With the sun beginning to set, I think now is the perfect time to go through Bonza's in-flight entertainment system. And firstly, you need to connect to the in-flight Wi-Fi and then scan the QR code, and if all goes well, it should direct you to the Bonza website. Now just a heads up, this in-flight Wi-Fi that Bonza does provide is only for the Bonza app and you cannot use it for anything else unfortunately, but it is free. So with all that sorted, once you are on the app, there is stuff to watch but just not much. Now, if you are stressing because you may have a possible maths assignment coming up and you're flying Bonza, well, don't worry because Bonza do have plenty of maths games that, you can use as study material. But yeah, Bonza does have a really large menu with a great selection of food and drinks. However, they still do not sell shower heads, annoyingly. The in-flight map is, well, questionable because sometimes the plane appears on... That is a tongue twister. The plane appears. Anyway, sometimes the plane appears on the map and sometimes it doesn't. So you're better off just flipping a coin, and if it lands on heads, well, you're not seeing the plane at all. Overall, the flight wasn't too eventful, though the views outside the window were among the best I've ever had on a plane in my whole life. Now those beefy looking clouds down there did provide some beautiful lightning outside the window.
To Melbourne and Navigation, so we expect to have you disembarking at the gates. We're 5 minutes ahead of schedule. That's 20 minutes past 10. For the conditions for arrival is currently still reasonably 28 degrees. Very clear skies. Just a little so on behalf of the crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us today on our in Springs to Melbourne service. Pleasure having you, and we look forward to seeing you next time you choose to travel.
now switched on the seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and make sure your seatbelt is firmly fastened. Large electronic devices, including laptops, must now be switched off and put away. May continue to use your small electronic devices until we arrive at the gate, but all devices must now be removed from the charging cords. Thank you.
So if I were to sum up Bonza, well, I think they're good so far. I've never had a poor experience with them, and their crew are always lovely, which uplifts the flight a lot. The seats are way above average for a low-cost airline, and the MAX 8 is a great and modern aircraft to fly on. I'd like to thank you for coming along for today's video, and I'd like to say a huge thank you to Bonza for inviting me for a special and exciting event in the aviation industry. It is greatly appreciated, and I am extremely grateful for this opportunity. Now please enjoy a pretty rare occurrence, landing on runway 09 at Melbourne. And what I find surprising is that I've landed on 09 more times than 34 at Melbourne, which is hard to believe, but oh well.
Bonza, welcome to Melbourne, where the local time is 10:50 in the evening. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay our respects to elders, past, present and emerging. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. If your mobile phone's within reach, you're welcome to use these now. If you're leaving us by the tarmac, we ask that all electronic devices are not used till you enter the terminal. Before leaving, please check your seat for all personal belongings and be really careful when opening the overhead lockers as items may move during the flight. When you leave the aircraft, please follow the direction of our ground crew. A reminder that smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes are not permitted on the tarmac or inside the terminal building. On behalf of our legends on board today, we'd like to thank you for flying with Bonza and look forward to seeing you on board again soon. If Melbourne is home, welcome home. And if you're visiting loved ones, enjoy special moments together. And if you're here for business, don't work too hard. Whether you've joined us for the whole trip today or whether you've just come from Alice Springs to Melbourne, thank you very much for being a part of our inaugural trips to Alice Springs, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.
Doors and cross-checking.
Where's Mum and stuff?